in just a couple of minutes' time. This year, on the 99th anniversary of the March 1st Independence Movement Day, the ceremony is taking place in the grounds of Sodaemun Prison. Now, this location is significant to Koreans as it is where Japanese soldiers tortured and later executed Korean independence movement followers. Now, the prison itself stands as a testament to the Korean patriots who showed remarkable bravery and often laid down their lives for the country. Now, around 1,300 people from all walks of life are attending today's ceremony, and that includes President Moon Jae-in, other political leaders, as well as activists, students and regular citizens, as well as some foreign diplomats as well. For President Moon, this is his first Independence Movement Day ceremony as the country's leader, and we will hear him give a speech toward the end of the ceremony. And as we await the start of the proceedings at Sodaemun Prison, for our international viewers around the world, let's give you some information about the day. This is, like I said, the 99th anniversary of Korea's Independence Movement Day. March 1st is a national holiday here in Korea that marks the anniversary of the uprising against Japanese colonial rule in 1919. Now, 9 years after Japan commenced its brutal colonial rule of Korea, hundreds of thousands of Koreans peacefully rose up against their Japanese oppressors on March 1st, 1919, and they poured into the streets to demand their independence. Now, it's estimated that a staggering 2 million people took part in these demonstrations. Just to give you some feeling about the size of that, that's about a tenth of the population at the time. Now, the movement was non-violent and demonstrated great courage with those taking part, risking their lives for freedom. We are watching the video now. The ceremony is about to start in a minute or two, perhaps. Let's go back to the history then. In fact, a great number of Koreans involved in the independence movement at that time did sacrifice their lives as they were imprisoned, tortured and killed by the Japanese, and a significant number of them were killed and tortured at that prison where today's ceremony is being held. You're watching President Moon Jae-in about to take his seat for the ceremony. Now, to this day, Koreans remember the bravery and the sacrifices made by their ancestors. If you were to take a stroll around Seoul or any other city in Korea today, you would see the Korean flag proudly flying along every major street. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're about to take in the official ceremony marking Korea's Independence Movement Day and President Moon Jae-in's speech. It does look like we're about to start, so let's leave you in the capable hands of our translator. We'll cross over to our translator in just a moment. We are looking at some images from the ceremony showing the independence fighters.
In Pagoda Park, thousands of people gathered with taegukgi hidden in their hearts. Then one person stepped forward and read the Independence Declaration loudly. Declaration of Independence. We hereby declare that Korea is an independent state and that Koreans are a self-governing people. We proclaim it to the nations of the world in affirmation of the principle of the equality of all nations. And we proclaim it to our prosperity, preserving in perpetuity the right of national survival. We make this declaration on the strength of 5,000 years of history as an expression of the devotion and loyalty of 20 million people. We claim independence in the interest of the eternal and free development of our people and in accordance with the great movement for world reform based upon the awakening conscience of mankind. This is the clear command of heaven, the course of our times, and a legitimate manifestation of the right of all nations to coexist and live in harmony. Nothing in the world can suppress or block it. For the first time in several thousand years, we suffered the agony of alien suppression for a decade, becoming a victim of the policies and aggression of aggression and coercion, which are relics from a bygone era. How long have we been deprived of our right to exist? How long has our spiritual development been hampered? How long have the opportunities to contribute our creative vitality to the development of world culture been denied us? Alice, in order to rectify the past grievances, free ourselves from present hardships, eliminate future threats, stimulate and enhance the weakened conscience of our people, eradicate the shame that befell our nation, ensure proper development of human dignity, avoid leaving humiliation legacies to our children, and usher in lasting and complete happiness for our prosperity, the most urgent task is to firmly establish national independence. Today, when human nature and conscience are placing the forces of justice and humanity on our side, and if every one of our 20 million people arms himself for battle, whom could we not defeat and what we could not accomplish? We do not intend to accuse Japan of infidelity for its violation of various solemn treaty obligations since the Treaty of Amity in 1976. Japan's scholars and officials, indulging in a conqueror's exuberance, have denied the accomplishments of our ancestors and treated our civilized people like barbarians. Despite their disregard for the ancient origins of our society and the brilliant spirit of our people, we shall not blame Japan. We must first blame ourselves before finding fault with others. Because of the urgent need for remedies for the problems of today, we cannot afford the time for recriminations over the past wrongdoings. Our task today is to build up on our strength, not to destroy others. We must chart a new course for ourselves in accordance with the solemn dictates of conscience, not malign and reject others for reasons of past enmity or momentary passions. In order to restore national and just conditions, we must remedy the unnatural and unjust conditions brought about by the leaders of Japan, who are chained to old ideas and forces victimized by their obsession with glory. From the outset, the union of the two countries did not emanate from the wishes of the people, and its outcome has been oppressive coercion, discriminatory injustice, and fabrication of statistical data, thereby deepening the eternal irreconcilable chain of ill between the two nations. To correct past mistakes and open a new phase of friendship based upon genuine understanding and sympathy, is this not the easiest way to avoid disaster and invite blessing? The enslavement of 20 million resentful people by force does not contribute to lasting peace in the East. It deepens the fear and suspicion of Japan by the 400 million Chinese who constitute the main axis for stability in the East, and it will lead to the tragic downfall of all nations in our region. Independence for Korea today shall not only enable Koreans to lead a normal, prosperous life, as it's their due, it will also guide Japan to leave its evil path and perform its great task of supporting the cause of the East, liberating China from the uneasiness and fear, and helping the cause of world peace and happiness for mankind, which deepens greatly on peace in the East. How can this be considered a trivial issue of mere sentiment? Behold, a new world is before our eyes. The days of force are gone, and the days of morality are here. The spirit of humanity nurtured throughout the past century has begun casting its rays of new civilization upon human history. A new spring has arrived, prompting the myriad forms of life to come to life again. The past was a time of freezing ice and snow, stifling the breath of life. The present is a time of mild breezes and warm sunshine, reinvigorating the spirit. Facing the return of the universal cycle, we set forth on the changing tide of the world, and nothing can make us hesitate or fear. We shall safeguard our inherent right to freedom and enjoy a life of prosperity. We shall also make use of our creativity, enabling our national essence to blossom in the vernal warmth. We have arisen now, conscience is on our side, and truth guides our way. All of us, men and women, young and old, have firmly left behind the old nest of darkness and gloom and head for joyful resurrection today with the merit life of living things. The spirits of thousands of generations of our ancestors protect us. The rising tide of world consciousness shall assist us. Once started, we shall surely succeed. With this hope, the march forward. 3 open pledges. 1. Our action today represents the demand of our people for justice, humanity, survival, and dignity. It manifests our spirit of freedom and should not endanger anti-foreign feelings. 1. To the last one of us and to the last moment possible, we shall unhesitatingly publicize the views of our people as is our right. 1. All our actions should be uphold the public order, and our demands and our attitudes must be honorable and upright. On March 1st, 4,252 years since the establishment of the nation.
길선주, 이필주, 백용성, 김완규, 김병주, 김창준, 권동진, 권병덕, 나용환, 나인협, 양전백, 양한묵, 유여대, 이갑성, 이명용, 이승훈, 이종훈, 이종일, 임예환, 박준승, 박희도, 박동완, 신홍식, 신석구, 오세창, 오화영, 정춘수, 최성모, 최린, 한용운, 홍병기, 홍기조.
On March 1st, 1919, thousands of people took to the streets, and their hope was independence of Korea. It started with the Declaration of Independence, and it led to the cries of our people. Long live the independence of the Republic of Korea. have never written the Declaration of Independence, but this opportunity gave me a great chance to write it with my hands, and I would like to send my appreciation to the independence activists. On March 1st, Independence Movement Day, I'm very honored to write the Independence Declaration. I make the resolution so that I can become a person to dedicate for the country. Writing the Declaration of Independence, I thought about the desire of our ancestors fighting for freedom. It was a very great opportunity. I extend my appreciation to all of the courage and the patriotism of the independence movement people. The names which have been shattered, the names that have been lost in mid-air. Let's shout them out with sorrow. Let's shout them out with sorrow. These are the names to be shouted even if I become a rock while standing here.
우리나라를 목숨 바쳐 지켜내신 순국선열들이시여, 순국선열들이시여. 우리는 영원히 잊지 않으리라. 영원히 잊지 않으리다.
태극기, 우리의 태극기, our 태극기. 20 million of our people held the 태극기 in their hands. 태극기 was hope. It was independence. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand from your seats and greet our 태극기. 남상락's embroidery 태극기, 진관사 temple's 태극기, Provisional Government of the Republic of Korea's 태극기, 태극기 raised at New York Waldorf Astoria Hotel, 김구's 태극기 with his signature, Korea Liberation Army's 태극기 with their signatures. And this is the 태극기 of the Republic of Korea. Please give them a big round of applause. Allegiance to the flag. I, before the proud 태극기, solemnly swear that I will dedicate myself for the glory of a free and just Republic of Korea.
바로
At ease. Next, we will pay silent tribute to the patriotic martyrs and the fallen heroes who died for the nations. Silent tribute.
자리에
please be
앉으시기
seated.
바랍니다. 다음은 대통령께서
Next, Mr. President will award government orders of merit to the Independence Patriots.
포상 대상은 모두 50군입니다.
They will be awarded to a total of 50 people, and 5 of them will be awarded directly.
호명되는 독립유공자 유족께서는 단상으로 올라와 주시기 바랍니다.
Please come up to the stage.
건국훈장 애족장 고
Word of Merit
조양원,
for National Foundation Patriotic Medal late Cho Yang-won.
애족장 고
Order of
이영국,
Merit for National Foundation Patriotic
건국훈장
Medal late
애족장
Lee
고
Yong-guk.
지강호,
Late Chi
건국부장
Kwang-ho.
고
Order of
이근하,
Merit for National Foundation late Lee
대통령
Geun-ha.
표창 고
Presidential
김용국.
Medal of Honor late Kim Yoon-guk.
훈장증
Order of Merit
고
Certificate
조양원.
late Cho Yang-won.
위는
The above
대한민국의
person has
자주동력과
contributed greatly to the
국가
independence
건립에
and
이바지한
foundation of the
공로가
Republic
크므로
of Korea,
대한민국
and thus the
헌법에
following
따라
Order of Merit
다음
is awarded in
훈장을
accordance to the
추수합니다.
Constitution of the Republic of Korea.
건국훈장 애족장
Order of Merit for National
2018년
Foundation,
3월
Patriotic
1일
Medal, 2018,
대통령.
March 1st, President.
손녀
It is awarded to
조선혜님께
granddaughter
수여됩니다.
Miss Cho Sun-hye.
건국훈장
Order of
애족장
Merit for
고
National
이용국,
Foundation Patriotic
이하내용은
Medal late
같습니다.
Lee Yong-guk.
외손자
It's awarded to
박준성님께
grandson Mr. Park
수여됩니다.
Jun-seok.
건국훈장
Order of
애족장
Merit for
고
National Foundation
지강호,
Patriotic Medal
이하내용은
late Chi
같습니다.
Kwang-ho.
조카
It's awarded to nephew
지용준님께
Mr. Chi
수여됩니다.
Yong-jun.
건국포장
Medal of
고
Honor for National
이근하,
Foundation late Lee
이하내용은
Geun-ha.
같습니다. 증손자
It's awarded to
이규환님께
grandson Mr. Lee
수여됩니다.
Gyu-ha.
대통령 표창
Presidential
고
Medal of
이용국,
Honor late Kim
이하내용은
Yoon-guk.
같습니다. 손녀
It's awarded to a
김춘화님께
granddaughter
수여됩니다.
Miss Kim Chun-hwa.
수상자께서 네 분께 인사를 드리겠습니다. 큰 박수로
Please give
축하해
the
주시기 바랍니다.
recipients a big round of applause.
자리로 돌아가
And
주시기
please
바랍니다.
return to your seats.
다음은 대통령께서
Next, Mr. President will
기념사를
deliver his
하시겠습니다.
commemorative speech.
존경하는 국민 여러분,
My fellow Korean
해외
citizens,
동포
Korean
여러분.
compatriots,
3.1운동 99
March 1st Independence Movement marks its 99th anniversary. The spirit of the movement lives lively in our hearts at every moment.
서대문 형무소의 벽돌
And each and
하나하나에는
every one of the bricks here at Seodaemun Prison entails the noble stories of those who were faced with suffering and death.
대한독립 만세의 외침이 들려오는 것 같습니다.
It feels as if I can hear the cries of Korea
박제화된
independence.
기념식이 아니라 독립운동의
Today we are celebrating the commemorative
역사와
ceremony here
함께
at the site of the
살아
independence
숨쉬는
movement.
기념식을 하고자 이 자리에
And that is why
모였습니다.
we have gathered here.
일제강점기 동안 해마다
During the Japanese colonial rule,
2,600여 명이
2,600 people were imprisoned annually here at the Seodaemun prison.
1945년
Until the day of liberation on August 15, 1945, nearly 100,000 people were imprisoned here, and 9 out of every 10 of them were independence activists who were called political offenders. From teens in their tents to the elderly, from the southern island of Jeju-do to the northern part of Hamgyongdo province, they fought for the independence for their homeland, regardless of their age and region. Some of them were even imprisoned with their mothers, sons, fathers, and daughters, and brothers and sisters. Many mothers and wives spent time in the back alleys of the prison to support their children and husbands in prison by doing needlework and other manual labor. Not only the prisoners, but all of their families were independence activists. Fellow Korean citizens, 99 years ago today, a written declaration was posted on the villages and markets. The Declaration of Independence was delivered from hand to hand. In Seoul, Pyongyang, Jinnampo, Anju, Uju, Jeongju, Suncheon, Wonsan, and in other parts of the nation, the Declaration of Independence was read aloud simultaneously and demonstrations began. These movements spread to regional cities and towns in no time. Far away in China and Russia's maritime province, America's Philadelphia and Hawaii's Honolulu, the cries of independence filled the air. From that year's March 1st to the end of May, in Korea alone, a total of 1,542 demonstrations were held, and a total of 2.2 million people, accounting for 1/10 of the population, participated in these movements. And the memories of the March 1st independence movement became the spiritual basis for the struggle for independence during Japan's colonial rule. After the movement, hundreds and thousands of Independence Army crossed the Amrokgang and Tumangang rivers. The Korean National Association, Korean Northern Army Command, Korean Independence Army, Choi Jin-dong's Military Affairs Command, Korean Western Army Command, Korean Independence Movement Union were established to fight against the Japanese rule. If one person fell, 10 people rose again. Following martyr An Jung-gun, Kang Woo-gyu, Park Chae-ok, Choi Su-bong, Kim Ik-sang, Kim Sang-ok, Na Seok-ju, Lee Bong-chan, and many others continued this fight. On April 29, 1932, martyr Yoon Bong-il's fight for independence in Shanghai marked the peak. During the year of 1937 in Korea, a total of 3,600 big and small gatherings for the Fight for It movement were carried out. And in 1940, Korea's provisional government established the Liberation Army, the nation's first largest regular army. They are all fathers of the foundation of the Republic of Korea. In the market of Cheonan, the demonstration was led by patriotic martyr Yoo Gan-sun, who was 18 years old. She died for the nation in a basement room from torture and malnutrition. Patriotic martyr Dong Pong-shin participated in the movement in Hamgyeongbuk-do Province, Myeongcheon, at the age of 17 and lost her life here at the Seodaemun prison. And students of Busan Ilsin Women's High School spent sleepless nights while drawing the taegukgi. Yoon Hee-sun, Korea's first female general of the Righteous Army, Kwang Na-kwon, mother of Kim-gu, Nam Ja-hyun, mother of a soldier who crossed the Amrokgang River right after the March 1st movement on March 9th at the age of 46 to join the Korean Western Army, Park Cha-jung, who participated in the heroic group in China, Chung Jung-hwa, who crossed the border 6 times to provide funds for Korea's provisional government. There were the mothers who contributed to the foundation of the Republic of Korea with their independence spirits. The fight for independence by our ancestors were fierce compared to any other nation in the world. Our liberation is not something given to us by others. Rather, it was the outcome of our ancestors who fought for it by even sacrificing themselves. Fellow Korean citizens, the largest achievement of March 1st movement was the establishment of the Korea Provisional Government. The Constitution of the Korea Provisional Government stipulates that the country is a democratic republic state and that the sovereignty lies in the hands of its citizens. And this has become Chapter 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of Korea. Going beyond monarchy and colonization, our ancestors were able to head towards a democratic republic state thanks to the March 1st movement. When the spirit of the movement withered, the citizens rose again. The independence movement was not only done by the patriotic martyrs. Vendors also took part in the movement, woodcutters, the blind, miners, and our fathers and mothers and sisters who lived without their names also took part in the initiative. The desire for popular sovereignty, freedom, equality, and peace filled up the hearts of everyone. Going beyond classes, region, gender, and religion, every single of our citizens had pride. This is the March 1st movement that made today's Republic of Korea. The Korean Provisional Government not only left us with the Chapter 1 of the Constitution, but also left us our national symbol of 태극기 and 애국가. This is why we say that our Constitution continues the legacies of the Provisional Government. Last winter, we jumped back in time by a century. We rewrote history of popular sovereignty that was initiated by the March 1st independence movement. 17 million candlelights wrote history in the most peaceful and beautiful way. Every candlelight once again proclaimed that every one of our citizens are the owners of Korea. IMI administration will secure and protect the country of popular sovereignty that has been lit up by these candles. The spirit of the movement will be a main pillar of our history. In 2020, the Korea's Provisional Government Commemoration Center will open its doors, and it will be filled with the stories of our ancestors who founded the country. The names of everyone who took part in the movement will be engraved, and the unfound legacies of the independence movement here at home and abroad will also be discovered. The Liberation Army Command in Chongqing will also be recovered in line with the 100th anniversary of the Provisional Government. Fellow Korean citizens, we have a grand route which is called the March 1st Independence Movement. It has brought us liberation and popular sovereignty. To us, we have ancestors who founded our nation, and we also have the second and third generation who made possible economic development and democratization. And in this generation, we have many candlelights. We shall no longer lower ourselves. With our own power and energy, we have made possible our liberation, and we have pride in ourselves. We can make peace by ourselves. I believe in these capacity and the pride of our citizens, and I celebrate the March 1st Independence Movement and I will make this a new line for starting a peace, eternal peace on the Korean Peninsula. To do so, we need to rewrite the wrong history by ourselves. The Dokdo Island is our first territory, which has been claimed by Japan during its colonization. It's our territory. If Japan denies this fact, it's the same as denying its reflection on the imperial past. When it comes to the comfort women issue, the assailant Japanese government, if it says it's over, it's not right. The wartime anti-humanitarian deeds cannot be covered with a single word. We need to remember and learn from our tragic history. This is a true resolution. Japan, with universal consciousness, need to face the truth and justice of the history. I truly wish that Japan can ask for reconciliation with its neighbors and walk towards the path of coexistence and peace together. I do not ask for special treatment from Japan. As the closest neighbor, I hope they can ask for reconciliation and so that we can walk towards our future together. Fellow Korean citizens, Korean compatriots, today, by remembering the memories of the March 1st independence movement, we are affirming that we can achieve peace on the Korean Peninsula with the hands of our citizens. While going towards the 100th anniversary of liberation, we need to establish a peace and economic community. We should make our division of our country so that it would not hamper our peace and prosperity. Let's move beyond economic classes, gender, and region, and other discriminations, and let's be free from all these kinds of discriminations. Let's make a strong cultural superpower that leads the world peace, as if Kim-gu's dream. The March 1st independence movement and its grand route will not wither. Fair and just nation has already been planted in the hearts of our citizens 99 years ago. This grand root will give life to a tree of peace and prosperity on the Korean Peninsula. The Republic of Korea will be the most grand and beautiful country in the world. Thank you very much.
Okay, there you have it. We have been watching live coverage of the ceremony at Seodaemun prison marking Korea's 99th independence movement day on a rather crisp spring morning here in Seoul. A big thank you to our translator Kim Hyo-sun for her hard work. Now, we did hear from President Moon Jae-in, who gave the keynote speech at the ceremony. He spoke for about 15 minutes. In case you missed what he had to say, let's touch upon it briefly, he drew comparisons between the candlelight rallies that drove out former President Park Geun-hye and the spirit of the 1919 independence movement. On Japan, he said that Japan, Tokyo, must face history sincerely and offer a proper apology to the victims of its wartime sexual slavery. He added that Korea and Japan, as the closest neighbours, really should take steps now to march forward into the future in a peaceful way. And on North Korea, not so much on North Korea, but he said that the two Koreas should not let their separation hinder peace and security on the Korean Peninsula, and we certainly hope that is the case. But we are going to have a comprehensive roundup of the President's speech and the ceremony itself during our next newscast that's coming up at noon Korea time. To all our Korean viewers, happy Independence Movement Day, and to our international viewers out there, we do hope you learnt more about what this day means to Korea and that you now have a better understanding about the way the Korean people rose up in unison against their Japanese oppressors 99 years ago now. I'll see you at noon for the news, but in the meantime, stay tuned to Arirang TV. Goodbye.